Hello, and welcome to the base, big and small screens, but also welcome to Warehouse 13. Now, I'm not just going to talk about season one. I'm going to be talking about the entirety of Warehouse season, or Warehouse 13, all 5 seasons of it, because I recently just finished, as in finished watching the last episode a couple of hours ago, of all of Warehouse 13, and I felt like talking about it because it is one of my all-time favorite sci-fi series. Now, what is Warehouse 13 about? For those of you who don't know, and it would boggle my mind that anybody wouldn't know what Warehouse 13 is all about. It begins with a couple of Secret Service agents, uh, a Miss Micah Baring and a Mr. Petermer, or a Mr. Petermer, Mr. Petermer, a Mr. Pete Latimer, uh, who end up inadvertently saving the president from something that's very strange. And in the process, uh, Pete ends up running into Artie Nielsen. He doesn't know who he is, but he ends up running into him and seeing something that can't be explained. Um, Micah ends up fighting off a guy who's under the effects of something, and it kind of goes from there. Then Mrs. Fredericks shows up, played by CCH Pounder, wonderful woman, wonderful actress, uh, and ends up transferring him to South Dakota in the Badlands. Well, Pete shows up there, and Mike finds Micah there as well, and they end up realizing they've been drafted. They've been sent here as a matter of national security to the South Dakota Badlands to Warehouse 13, America's attic, as Artie likes to call it. And it is a massive warehouse built into the side of a mountain, filled to the brim with artifacts, what they call it. Things that end up being imbued with mysterious powers that are threatening people's lives, possibly even threatening the entire world. And it is their job to go out, find these artifacts, figure out what they are, and snag it, bag it, and tag it. And that is the premise of the show. Pretty much every episode is a new artifact coming into play. Sometimes multiple artifacts. Once the show gets going on with more people and more cast kicking around, they'll usually in the later seasons end up having uh, both Pete and Micah, and then newer agents that are there also out, and they'll have two stories going on at the same time as they hunt down these artifacts. And there are also all kinds of other wonderful things happening in this show. Uh, there is not just the uh, individual stories every episode, but there is an underarching story thread running usually pretty much every season. There's usually something building up over the course of it, coming to a head at the finale, naturally. And it goes from there. Uh, there's not just those people. There's all kinds of weird artifacts. There's Lewis Carroll's mirror, the Studio 54 disco ball. There is what is it here? Just I'm trying to think. All kinds of stuff. They've had a couple of even Christmas specials with all Christmas themed things going on, and it is just amazingly funny and yet compelling as well to watch. Uh, Dealing into diving into, I should say, science fiction, um, and all kinds of neat things that I really really like. It is completely up my wheelhouse, and it is by sci-fi. Um, this was thought when it was first coming out, before it had aired, it was thought to maybe be a sequel to The Lost Room or a spiritual successor in a way. It doesn't really have any connection to that, but I could see The Lost Room and Warehouse 13 occupying the same universe. And speaking of that, um, Warehouse 13 occupies the same universe as sci-fi's other shows, Eureka and Alphas, because there is a character from Warehouse 13 that shows up on Alphas at least once, and there is a character from Eureka shows up on Warehouse 13 twice, and one of the characters from Warehouse 13 shows up on Eureka once that I know of. So you've got a kind of shared universe in the sci-fi going on. But I can easily see the Lost Room being tucked away in here as well. There's all kinds of weird things. They have a pyramid inside the warehouse, a giant windmill, all kinds of things. It is so bizarre, so twisted and out there. There's all kinds of steampunk aesthetic going on, um, and just amazing, amazing stuff. An amazing cast of characters. Um, let me see here. Where are we? I'm trying to think if I can remember the names. Nope, they're not written on the back. And I can't remember the name of the main actors and actresses. But these are them here. If you can see them, I'll zoom you right in. Ah, that's them. Ah, yeah, sorry. But that's them. And it is just an amazing show. I can't get over how great it is. How much I enjoy watching every single episode of it. Because I've already seen them. And I'm just like, I'm going to rewatch them all. And I went, rewatched every single one, and I still enjoyed it. Even though I knew everything that was going to happen, I still enjoyed it. I laughed. I cried. It was great. Absolutely great. I mean, they even have H.G. Wells in there. H.G. Wells is a character. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but H.G. Wells is a character. There's time travel. There's um, all kinds of things. There's a jar that, if you open it up, it pours molten lava just out of a jar. There's all kinds of things, all kinds of things, and it's really quite interesting uh, how it all ties together, and some amazing guest starring cast. Anthony Michael Hall guest stars in one season. Um, oh, what's his name? The guy from Buffy. He plays Giles on Buffy. Um, I should know his name. Anthony Head, maybe. I can't quite remember. Uh, but he guest stars on several episodes. Uh, it's just wonderful, wonderful TV viewing. If you like ensemble casts, if you like strange and unusual and comedic type shows, you will love Warehouse 13. Now, I could keep on babbling and fanboying all about Warehouse 13 for, well, pretty much all night and spoil everything for you, but I don't want to do that. So, for those of you out there that have been waiting and going, yeah, I've heard about Warehouse 13, not really my thing. Well, go out and give it a shot. It's on Show Me right now. SHOMI, Show Me. Uh, if you have an account with that, go and check it out. It's all on there. So you can just go click and start watching and see it. If you've got the account, you can see it for free. If you don't have the account, it costs about as much as Netflix. And they've got different stuff on there. I've got both Netflix and Show Me, and I am not disappointed in the $15, $16 a month that it costs to let me watch this stuff for free. So yeah, if you're sitting on the fence, give Warehouse 13 a shot. I can almost guarantee you won't be disappointed. So, sorry. Had a bit of a brain fart there. Was trying to think of what to say and it just went boom. Maybe I'm affected by an artifact. It could be. It could be. But anyways, yes, as always, my friends, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. And throw a comment in the comment section if you like Warehouse 13 or Eureka or Alphas or any other sci-fi shows. but mostly Warehouse 13. Let's get some discussion going on. I'm disappointed that they ended it, but I will say that they ended it out on a bang. They went out strong because the fourth season got really powerful, really gripping and emotional, and all that good stuff. And then the sixth six episodes that was all that was going to be done of the fifth season. They kind of tied up the loose ends and went out on a wonderful, wonderful note. And I cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I cried. It was good television. So I'll leave you with that and check out Warehouse 13. You might like it. And I'll see you next time.